Can you believe it? We are in the concluding videos in the series on abuse. I'm so excited too. I've just been so pleased to have done this series. And I sure hope that long after I've wrapped this series up and I've moved on to other content, that you will still be tuning into this series and finding the information and the lessons relevant and helpful and supportive and encouraging for you. And I know that in video number 26, which was the final video in this series before these concluding videos, I believe I mentioned that I was going to do a 2-part concluding video. It's going to be 4 videos. We're going to round it off monk style with 30 videos in this series. So we wrapped up video number 26 in the series and the body of the content. And now we're going to do 27, 28, 29, and 30, which are the concluding videos, which basically summarize the entire series. But with any luck, they will be much shorter videos, so they'll be a little bit easier to watch. So firstly, I want to take a moment and thank you so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me that you've clicked on this video or clicked on my channel and done some looking into what this channel is about, what I'm about, and what my whole point and purpose is to this series, specifically on abuse. In the beginning of this series, I talked about many different things, like the different definitions, the many different definitions of abuse, the presumptions that people have about what abuse is and what it is not, about the damage that abuse can cause to us and our relationships, about the varying types of abuse, and statistics about how prevalent abuse is. 1 in 4 people. And that's just the reported statistics. I also talked about my inspirations and my hopes and goals for this series on abuse, which I go into in great detail at the beginning of the series. So if you have tuned into this video and you have not gone back and watched the series from the beginning or watched any of the other content at this moment, I really do encourage you to do so, because basically it tells a story and I wouldn't want you to miss out on any of the content. And with that, let's get started in this video number 27, concluding the series on abuse. So within the first few months of launching this channel and producing content, it occurred to me that in order to help others, which is the number one goal of this channel, my audience would need to know my story. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I'm not licensed in anything. I'm just a person who's done a lot of research and a lot of work on myself. Even I discovered at some point in time, I don't exactly remember when, that I personally tend to listen to and trust other people who are very honest and transparent and forthright about their own experiences and who are accountable for their own behavior. I also feel like the best listeners and supporters and encouragers are those people who, number one, have an understanding of what healthy is and what healthy relationships look like. Number 2, are interested in hearing others' stories free of judgment and condemnation. I've spent too much of my life in a dark place, only to emerge at the end of the tunnel the last couple of years to a great bright light, a light that's filled with joy and peace that I couldn't keep to myself. I wanted to share with you what healing has done for me and what could potentially do for you. Whether you want to or you're able to get counseling, which I highly recommend, or not, I wanted to share what the healing process has done for me and what being well has done for me and can do for you. That it's absolutely something that you can work on yourself, especially if you have wise and loving support, which you do in this channel. And that's why I began this channel and decided to do this series on abuse, to continue paying it forward, to share the good news, so to speak, to help others, and to be a voice of support for others. Our stories don't have to be the exact same in order for us to share with each other. And in sharing, promoting more understanding, more empathy, more compassion, kindness, respect, grace, and forgiveness within ourselves and with each other and our relationships. However, I am very much aware of that huge speed bump preventing us from sharing. And that speed bump is the tremendous pain and hurt and fear that we've been groomed and intimately connected with our entire lives as a result of our abuse. This has taught us to put up and shut up our entire lives. And so we have. It's a huge speed bump. And I don't know if you are familiar with the phrase put up and shut up, but it basically means quit your bitching, get on with life. But I don't think that's really an appropriate approach when someone has been abused. I've put up and shut up my entire life, 50 years, until about 2018, 2019, when I found my ship, me, sinking amidst the perfect storm, so to speak, for the very first time in my life, and nearly ended up in the hospital because of a mental breakdown. The sheer act of sharing my story and talking openly about my childhood and how I grew up is me basically giving my blessing to the world to judge me in any way they see fit. Because contrary to what I've been taught my whole life, what we've been taught, what others think of me carries zero weight in my life and does not influence my joy or my goals or my hopes or my dreams or who I am as a person. I am who I say I am. Others can shame me, mock me, ridicule me, tell lies about me, the same things I've dealt with my entire life. But I am not who they say I am. I am who I know myself to be. And so are you. You are who you say you are. And you are who you want to be and who you strive to be. And so this series is for you, dedicated to you, so that you know, even if you feel like no one else has your back, as I have often felt, I do. Whole Wellness with Ann does. I will virtually walk hand in hand with you on your journey. It's a painful road, and it's not an easy road to healing and wellness. I know it's a rough road because I've walked that very same road. But as I mentioned, I also know at the end of that long, dark tunnel road, there's a glimmering light at the end of it. So the bottom line in this series has been, I was abused. A profound statement to make, and I don't take it lightly. And with that, please stay tuned for video number 28, the second part in our concluding videos on the series on abuse. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care of you.